What is up, guys? Welcome to my trailer breakdown for The Flash Season 4, Episode 21, titled Harry and the Harrisons, which is similar to a previous title in this season, which was When Harry Met Harry. Both of them are riffs on other movie titles, and they have two hairs in the name in the title. One of them has two Harrys, the other one is a Harry and a hare, and basically a Harry. It's very similar. But before we watch the actual trailer, make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description for better daily updates on my videos, as well as daily polls on the Arrowverse or anything superhero TV show / movie related. And with that in mind, let's watch the trailer.
DeVoe is about to reset all of our brains.
What we really need is Amunet. Amunet is immune to DeVoe's powers.
We can't partner up with Amunet. She's a criminal.
She kidnapped you. She tried to sell me into meta slavery.
And she ruined my bachelorette party.
We need your help.
No killing.
That was not a stipulation. Fine, it is time-consuming to remove blood from metal.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So this episode seems to very much surround Abby Black, or at least include her, and I will talk about why I don't really like that and what my opinion on that is. But before that, I want to say that I really noticed that throughout the last 3 episodes, Team Flash has gotten really desperate ever since Killer Frost has gone and Ralph has kind of died, and the team has halved, like the field members have halved, like from 4 to 2. I get why they're so desperate, but I mean, the last 3 episodes, they've called somebody for help every single time. Episode 19, they asked Citizen Cold for help. Episode 20, they asked Gypsy for help. And now in episode 21, they're asking Amunet Black. And they went from asking good guys to help, and then went to asking Amunet Black to help. I don't really know why, but it probably has something to do with them needing to do something bad, and they need Amunet Black's help. And now I'm going to talk about what I think about her being back, and I'm not excited for this. I think we've seen her in like 2 or 3 episodes this season, and in every single episode, she was a terrible villain. I mean, out of all the villains this season, they chose Amunet Black to be a recurring character. That is stupid because she's a terrible villain, and I'm definitely not excited to see her back. The reason she's a terrible villain is because, one, she's incredibly cheesy, and that works in animated kid shows, but it does not work in live-action TV shows or movies. It's so hard to watch. Also, her powers of magnetism could be very interesting. Like, Magneto uses them very interestingly sometimes, but she has not. All she's done with magnetism so far is throw them at people and then make an arm out of it, a metallic arm, and that is it. Who knows, maybe in this episode she'll do some interesting things with magnetism, but those 2 things are pretty much the only things we've seen in the trailer, and when I say pretty much, I mean exactly what we see in the trailer, just those 2 things, so I really don't like her as a villain, and I really hate the fact that she's back for this episode, and it definitely probably will not help the episode because of her inclusion. So I know I just said that I don't know why they're partnering up with Amunet Black, but it turns out I rewatched the trailer, and Caitlin said that she's immune to DeVoe's powers, which is, I mean, that's ridiculous. How many powers does he have? Like 19, or like he has like 10 to 15 powers. I'm not really sure, but there's no way she's immune to every single one of those, unless if her power, other than magnetism, is to be immune to metahuman abilities, which I think we've seen throughout the season that she's not. I'm pretty sure she was defeated by Killer Frost in one episode, and then maybe also the Flash in another, so that doesn't really make any sense, but maybe they mean like one specific power, because DeVoe can use any one of his powers to defeat Amunet Black, in my opinion. So that line does not really make sense, in my opinion. It seems like a really cheap way to say, hey, this character, we want to bring her back for an episode, which is a bad idea, in my opinion. But we want to bring her back for an episode, and we have to come up with a way. And let's just say she's immune to DeVoe's powers, even though he has like 20 of them. And there's no way she's immune to all of them. So again, I really don't like the fact that she's back, and this line is honestly pretty stupid, in my opinion. So the title of this episode is Harry and the Harrisons, and going off the trailer, that wouldn't really mean anything because you don't actually see Harry in the trailer, but you do see what the storyline is about in the synopsis, so that's what I'm going to read right now. So the synopsis reads, with DeVoe's enlightenment device nearly complete, in order to disable it, the Flash and his team must put their faith in an unlikely ally, Amunet Black. And that's what we already talked about. Meanwhile, Harry hits an all-time low when the Council of Wells kicks him out, but then Cisco introduces him to the Council of Harrisons. So this, honestly, from the synopsis and the trailer, this does not look like it will be a good episode because the main plot includes Amita Black, and it just seems like a very, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like an interesting episode. And this is episode 21 we're talking about, so that's not a good sign. If that were to happen in episode like 6 or even 14, that would be fine. But 21, the third to last episode, that's kind of stupid. Now, the reason I don't really like the second storyline is because the last time they did something like this with the Council of Wells, it was really boring because we were promised like a Rick and Morty-esque Council of Wells, like the Council of Ricks, which has like 6 or 7 members, all like that look differently, and they don't have like different personalities. But the concept on Rick and Morty is very interesting. But on The Flash, we got like 3 Wellses, so it wasn't a council, it was a group, like a really small group, 3 or 4 people, and none of them had really interesting personalities. They were all extremely out there and not really human, so I really didn't like the Council of Wells. And the Council of Harrisons, maybe it'll be better, who knows, but if it's anything like the Council of Wells, it's not really interesting in my opinion. Something I really don't like about this trailer, and also the poster, which I think is a very awesome looking poster. I think it looks great, and the Flash looks great as well because he is in his season 4 costume. But something I don't like about these is the fact that it focuses a lot around Amita Black, and like I said, she's definitely not one of my favorite characters. I honestly don't like her at all. But it seems like they think she's some kind of selling point, which I don't think she is. Like, I think something that will get people so much more excited for this episode is for the trailer and the poster to actually focus around the Thinker, or that storyline with the Thinker and Marlize, because that's what the last episode ended with. So because of that, as well as the fact that this is the third to last episode in the season, there's no way they're going to focus on anything but the Thinker. I mean, it seems like they are, but they shouldn't. So I definitely think that if they just made their poster and their trailer and the synopsis more about the Thinker, I think more people would get excited because he's the main villain of the season, and this is the third to last episode, so they should definitely surround that. Also, the trailer doesn't really have any substance to it. There's really not much to talk about. All it says is the Team Flash is working with Amita Black, and Amita Black is immune to Devoe's powers, and that is it. So honestly, this trailer does definitely not get me excited for this episode, and even though this poster looks pretty cool, it doesn't either. So that is it for the trailer breakdown. I know this video is a little shorter than usual trailer breakdowns, but that's because, like I said, this trailer and really the synopsis doesn't really give much to talk about. But let me know what you thought about the trailer in the comments down below. Let me know if you disagree with me on my opinion about Amita Black in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.